680's Richard Southern joins us now. And Richard, happy Monday. It is a small victory. The Canadian dollar bouncing back, hitting a high, its highest level in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, the Canadian dollar, Francis, has been in the dumps this year, one of the worst performing global currencies in 2017. But we did start to see maybe a bit of a rebound take hold today, with the Canadian dollar up more than a third of a cent, 73.31 cents U.S., as you say, the highest level in 2 weeks. And some analysts are turning more bullish on our Canuck buck. National Bank thinks it could rise to 76 cents U.S. by the middle of next year. Boosting the loonie today and boosting stocks was oil. We saw a big rally for crude today. It surged to its strongest price in more than 3 weeks after Saudi Arabia and Russia, the two biggest oil producing nations, agreed to reduce the amount of crude that they're going to pump out of the ground in an effort to balance the market. So, you know, the Canadian dollar closely tied to oil, so that's why we saw it go up. Still, though, Francis, tough for travelers who will be heading into the U.S. for their summer vacation. Takes $1.36 Canadian to buy $1 US.
I know,
not so hot.
So painful, so painful.
It is.
Well, Amazon went public 20 years ago today. That's incredible. It started off as this unprofitable bookseller, and now here we are. It is the size of 2 Walmarts. That's incredible.
It is. It's a behemoth. Amazon, as you say, making its debut on Wall Street 20 years ago today. It now has a market cap of $459 billion. Compared to Walmart's $220 billion. So yes, the size of 2 Walmarts. And get this, $1,000 invested in Amazon 20 years ago would now be worth $491,000, almost $500,000.
Oh, if only.
If only, Francis, a 50,000% return, and the stock actually hitting an all-time high today, $956 and change. So it's not cheap to get into Amazon right now. Still, Walmart has more than 3 times Amazon's annual revenue. So investors, they continue to bet on big future growth for Amazon.com. It's a fascinating company. You know, the average user, Francis, spends more than $600 on Amazon every year.
Wow. Well, how much do you spend on UberEATS? Because they're out with an intriguing breakdown. Do you?
Yeah, it's too easy. It's too easy to order food right now, Francis.
So they're looking at what everyone is eating. So what are we eating, Richard?
This is fascinating. Statistics on what Toronto is chowing down on. First off, the key takeaway, I guess, is that chicken is the most popular food item ordered through UberEATS. Chicken wings in particular, surging 854% on a year-over-year basis. Popcorn chicken up 186%. And this is fascinating. Milk teas and green teas, they're some of the most popular items ordered on UberEATS. Take a look at the east part of the city versus the west. West Enders favor Thai food. East Enders like their burritos and their burgers. Let's break it down to neighborhoods, Francis.
Okay.
Roncesvalles, yes. Chicken burritos, and very popular there. Burrito Boys, very popular. Downtown Toronto, they're eating pad thai. Of course, what are they eating in Forest Hill? Quinoa onion rings. La-di-da, right?
Quinoa onion rings.
But of course, in Forest Hill. Yorkville, lemongrass chicken, Leslieville, cheeseburgers from Burgers Priest. By the way, a full list of neighborhoods and what they're eating available on CityNews.com. Got to check that out.
Yeah, very interesting. So doctors are calling for warning labels now to be added to avocados, of all things. Like, what's going on? Who's being hurt by avocados? If
you want avocados, you may want to call it UberEATS, because look at what some people are doing when they try to take the pit out of the avocado. They're stabbing their hands, Francis. There's all sorts of gory images online about people or of people with their knife stuck through their hand as they try and peel and de-pit the avocado. Surgeons say they're seeing a growing number of amateur chefs in the ER with what they're calling avocado hand, serious stab wounds. British surgeons. Avocado hand. British surgeons, they are calling for warning labels, and the problem's so pervasive that doctors say they expect a post-brunch surge of avocado hand injuries on Saturday afternoons, Francis. So avocado prices as well close to an all-time high. So they're a dangerous fruit right now. Be careful.
Some special patience, I'm sure. So one of the world's most expensive watches was sold at auction this weekend. Show it to us. I love watches.
I know you do, and this is a Rolex, Francis, dating back to 1954. It sold for $5 million at auction. It was owned by the last emperor of Vietnam. It's one of the rarest Rolexes out there. There's only 3 with black dials like this. And there are also diamond hour markers, which apparently is very rare. People are wearing, fewer wristwatches these days, but the market for these high-end watches very, very hot right now. $5 million, Francis.
could
you
you
want to wear that
imagine walking around with $5 million on your wrist? Like, that's insane.
You want to walk around like this, just showing everyone off.
Yeah, really. Just hello, hi.
You need the time? 680 News time? Yeah.
Yes, no problem. Traffic on the ones. Okay. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Francis.